A Wisconsin Association for Marriage and Family Therapy production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 2021 Wisconsin Association for Marriage and Family Therapy's September virtual conference. I want to thank you all for joining us for this very special award. For those of you unfamiliar with the Carl A. Whitaker Award, let me give you a little bit of backstory. This award was created in 2005 to illustrate those in our field who represent the best of us. More specifically, the Carl A. Whitaker Award is given to a WAMFT member who has distinguished themselves by contributing to the field of marriage and family therapy in creative or innovative ways. This award was named after Carl Whitaker because he was a pioneer in the marriage and family therapy field. Through his experiential family therapy, he was personally engaged in helping families bring about change and flexibility in the family system. In 2005, the award was first given to Anne Marie Starr. Other award winners have been Mark Hirschman in 2006, Insoo Kim Berg and Steve DeShazer in 2007, Gary Yeast in 2008, Lee Raphael in 2009, Peter Fabian in 2010, Eve Lipchick in 2011, Linda Schwally in 2012, Dr. Bruce Kuhl in 2013, Gary Robbins in 2014, Lynn Gruer in 2015, Dr. Don Norm in 2016, Linda Pellman in 2017, Dale Hawley in 2018, Tammy Conrad in 2019, and finally, Dr. Marky Twist in 2020. Today, we have a great honor of presenting our 2021 Carl A. Whitaker Award winner. This person embodies the award in every conceivable way, from a student turned professor to an educator turned therapist to an entrepreneur, both an AAMFT and ASECT approved supervisor, and now a published author. Our award winner has spent her life recognizing where the most need is and figuring out how best to fill it. Today, we applaud her because she continues to inspire us with her talents. Today, we praise her because her humble upbringings find it very difficult for her to feel truly befitting of this award. Today, we honor she who is not complete in her service to this field, yet it is she who shines like a star in the night sky, pointing us in the direction of dedication and determination. Today, we celebrate Martha Kauppi. Before we introduce her, let me take you on a little journey through Martha's life and how she came to be our award nominee and winner. So first, we have to take a trip back to the early 1980s, Seattle, Washington. Martha recognized a need for unwed mothers to have a support system during the birth process. Believe it or not, the word doula had not entered the vocabulary of America at the time. But nonetheless, this is what Martha was. That professional labor assistant providing physical and emotional support during pregnancy, childbirth, and the postpartum period. It was during this time that Martha began to see the pitfalls of hospitals and doctor bedside manners for these marginalized women. She began her systemic processing in these moments recognizing the needs and stepping up to offer better. In 1987, Martha graduated the Seattle Midwifery School. From there, she honed her skills, growing her experience and training others in the process. For 4 years, she was the lead clinician of Planned Parenthood of Central Washington. It was during this time that she felt she was ready for a new undertaking, and so the move to Madison, Wisconsin occurred. For 3 years, Martha was founder, director, and faculty of Common Ground Center for Midwifery Studies. Unlike in Washington, though, Wisconsin did not provide the same legal protections that had felt so commonplace, and being a midwife in Wisconsin became risky business in many ways. Out of curiosity, how many of you have seen the art of glass blowing in person? I have. It is one of the coolest things that I have watched. The delicate nature of heating and coloring and shaping glass illustrates a drive and a passion for precision and grace. This was the path that Martha took to separate the mind of midwifery from the future careers of sex education and marriage and family therapist. Creating glass works of art is one thing, but as we know Martha, and for those of you who do, you know it is not just that simple. No, Martha is not a person who just simply blows glass. She looks for that space of need, that space where no one else has traversed. She sees it, learns how to do it, and perfects it. Such was the case for Martha's glass infusion, because not only are glass infusions rare worldwide, to this day, no one has done the same type of glass infusions as Martha created, because of course not. But what was next for this amazing woman? Well, becoming a pleasure specialist, of course, for a Woman's Touch Sexuality Resource Center in Madison. And who isn't the life of the party when you hear that a guest works as a pleasure specialist? Martha found herself flooded with people asking her questions wherever she went once they found out what she did for a living. A fact I am sure we can all relate to when someone finds out that you're a therapist. Suddenly you know their entire life story. So true were those sentiments for Martha as the pleasure specialist. It was around this point, though, that Martha had began caretaking for her mom and sister-in-law. And their passing brought forth a new opportunity for going back to school and becoming a marriage and family therapist. While being a pleasure specialist, Martha recognized a new space that needed filling. People fundamentally had little understanding of the human body and how to get sexual gratification from it. But more importantly, how to express those needs to their partner, how to explore that emotionality of a relationship and how that impacts the sex life. And boy, were people just not communicating their needs to one another. In 2012, Martha graduated from Edgewood with her master's degree in marriage and family therapy. She became a supervisor for the Edgewood Family Center, and in 2014, an adjunct professor. In 2015, she explored the route of private practice therapist, coach, supervising outside the family center, and being a consultant for other therapists. In what only feels like a few years ago, but is actually 5 years from now, Martha became founding director of the Institute for Relational Intimacy, teaching therapists all over the world how to become comfortable, confident, and competent working with sex issues. This year, we saw the release of Martha's groundbreaking book, Polyamory, a clinical tool for therapists and their clients.
Let me start off by saying a big congratulations to you, Martha. This is such a huge award and honor, and I can't think of anybody more deserving than you. Much like Carl, you are a pioneer in our field, and we are lucky and thankful and blessed to have you in our presence. When I first met you in graduate school teaching one of the notorious hard classes in our program, I was so thrilled about your fresh approach and take on different subject matters and how you made it available for us to challenge ourselves and to stretch ourselves and to lead into this process that is so pivotal in how we do this work in this field. That was my first introduction, and from there we would go forward to develop an awesome relationship through helping out with so many of your projects and you helping me in so many ways. I cannot thank you enough for your expertise and for your kindness and for your innovation in our field. We're so thankful and so lucky to have you, and this award is going to the right person. Your commitment to being kind and considerate while doing really hard work for some really deserving people, your commitment to the healing process, the learning process, the educational process is just outstanding. And your ability to package those in very creative ways, in ways that are so meaningful to the community and to the field, and things that will just continue, hopefully, to have a ripple out effect in the work that we do. And you are the catalyst to all of that goodness that's happening and being spread around. So I just want to say thank you so much for all of the kindness you've expended to me in my clinical work, all of the opportunities you're allowing many clinicians all over, and also the clients, right? Being able to serve them and help them find healing within themselves through some very important work. I want to thank you so much for all that you've done. And with all of that being said, another huge congratulations to you. We look forward to all of the cool things that you're going to bring to our field and the work that is yet to be done. We're so excited to have someone like you in the forefront of all of the things that we are trying to accomplish together as a whole. Thank you so much for your contributions to this field and to all of the lives that you come in contact with. You're a great person, a phenomenal person, and we really appreciate you. I really appreciate
My
you.
name is Julia Cosgrove, and I'm an LMFT in Madison. And Martha and I became friends over a decade ago when she and I were both students at Edgewood in the MFT program. Even then, it was clear that she was going to do remarkable things as a therapist. She was always asking questions, really good questions that other people weren't necessarily asking, and finding new ways to think about things and talk about things. And it just really encouraged an environment of curiosity within our class. And because Martha had spent so many years developing curricula and training programs for midwives, and then also as a sex educator, it wasn't any surprise that she became a de facto teacher for many in our cohort. And then shortly after that, began officially teaching at Edgewood. And I actually went back and audited her course after I had graduated and had been practicing for several years because I knew it would be so worthwhile. And I wasn't wrong. You know, she was then and remains the most influential teacher I've ever had. And I think many of her current and former students would say the same. After graduating, we decided to go into private practice and we became office mates. So that means that I've been fortunate enough to spend a lot of the last decade spending time with her and learning from her. But what I'm most grateful for is her decision to immerse herself in the developmental model training and mentorship program. And then the subsequent decision that she made to train other therapists in that as well. To say that that's been a game changer would be a real understatement. Her teachings have, it has made it way more possible for me to work with complicated cases and challenging clients in a way that, just was kind of unimaginable before. So I honestly cannot say enough good things about the impact Martha has had on me, both personally and professionally. Her knowledge, wisdom, and guidance have helped me be a better therapist, a better partner, parent, friend, you name it. So Martha, as a therapist who is constantly looking for new and better ways to help couples and families and finding them, you are so deeply deserving of this award. Congratulations. I cannot wait to see what you do next.
So now, the moment you have all been waiting for, I present to you the 2021 Carl A. Whitaker Award nominee and winner, Martha Kauppi.
Congratulations.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God, that was intense. Wow, Amanda, thank you. I have the award right here so you can all see it. It's beautiful and glossy and heavy and gorgeous and wow. I think I must be the most surprised award winner ever. I was astonished that I was nominated and I was not expecting that I would win this award. So, whew, thank you very much. I so much appreciate it. I did prepare a few remarks. So I want to let you know that I've thought a lot about this because I was so surprised. To me, getting this award feels like a vote of confidence, like something I'm doing is making a difference in some kind of meaningful way. What an incredible blessing to get a clear sign like that, because lots of days there's no sign at all, right? So thank you so much for that. But what I really wish is that all of us, every single one of us, could get a clear sign like that every day, that something we're doing is making a difference in the world. Because I truly believe that we are all making a difference. And I also deeply believe that the world needs the difference that all of us can make, whatever that looks like. And I also want to really acknowledge and thank the vast interconnected web of people who have directly and indirectly helped me. Doing work that leads to any kind of innovation is not the work of one person. It's the work of many people over many years, in my case, my entire life. And I really want to acknowledge that all of you, everybody, helps to create change in the world by supporting others in some or all of these ways. Therapists in particular do all of these things, but many people have helped me to identify the changes I wanted to make in the world, which is a surprisingly difficult step. And then to develop my individual voice and perspective, different from anybody else's. And this is not a thing that anybody does on their own. Many people backed me on a long shot and gave me opportunities to use my voice and expand my reach. If you see an opportunity to lift up somebody else's work, please do it. This is how we get new, diverse voices and viewpoints out in the world. And I would be nothing without the opportunities that I've been given. Many people help me expand my thinking and understanding of other viewpoints. You know, sometimes that came in the form of heckling, schooling, criticizing, questioning, calling me out. And some of those have been some of the toughest experiences of my life, but they've also been some of my greatest teachers through the school of tough love, maybe, or the school of hard knocks. But you cannot make a difference in the world without making a lot of mistakes. And every mistake is just a learning opportunity. Or else it's an opportunity to decide to let fear win and just quit. So thank you to the many people who helped me pick myself up, dust myself off, and adjust my approach and try again. Because I think that's really the secret sauce to any kind of growth endeavor. Many people helped me develop myself, my clinical skills, my knowledge base, my critical thinking skills over all the years of my life in everything that I've done. And even though my career path seems quite disjointed, it all comes together in the work that I do today. There's definitely a through line, which is that I love change and transformation. In particular, intentional change is just fascinating to me. And it's interested me my whole entire life. Some very, very special people helped me expand my vision of what was possible for me and for the world. And this is so important because as therapists, we have the ability to do that for everyone we know and everyone we work with. Please do, because if there are so many people who are limited by what they think is possible for them. And if we want world change, we need people to play as big as they want to, and to know that there's space for their viewpoint and voice. So without all of these people, and also the people who support them, and the web underneath all of us, and the people who directly support me in my work, like my family and my team, the people who want to learn from me, who are courageous enough to let me introduce new ideas, and who bravely try out new things, who read my book or blog, and talk back and argue with me about my ideas. Without all of these people, my work would be invisible. Every time you help someone in any of these ways, you're creating a change in the world. So I've learned a lot along the way about the change process, my change, other people's change, and world change. And what I've learned is, even if you don't think it's true, you are making a difference in the world. So what kind of a difference do you want to make? You can make a significant change in small ways, and you can make a significant change in large ways. But wouldn't it be amazing if you made the changes to the world that you are going to inevitably make in an intentional way, so that you get the outcome that you're hoping for it? So you've seen a lot about how I decided to have the career path that I had, and how one thing kind of led to another. But the thing that I really got excited about, and that was a huge turning point for me, was when I found ways to inspire generalist therapists to work more effectively with sex issues. Sex is a normal, healthy part of life, and getting help with sexual challenges should not require finding a specialist. So becoming a specialist and training specialists does not do it for me the way that training generalists does. What brings me the most joy by far is inspiring people to think about sex differently, and to think about relationships differently, and to take that forward into their own lives and make a difference. So my mission personally is to create a change in the world that's a cultural shift to a world where all therapists are comfortable, competent, and confident working with sex issues and discussing sex in the normal course of therapy. In the world I want to build, that I hope I am building, all clients can easily find a therapist to help with all aspects of their lives, including sex, sexuality, and alternative relationship styles and sexual expressions. So that's my mission. And, this award is, that vote of confidence also feels like passing the baton. Like, I feel like I want to make a commitment. You can count on me to continue to do this work, because this is a change I'm really excited about helping to create. But what I really want to focus on the most here right now is you. More than anything else today, I'd like to encourage you to be an intentional change agent in the world as well. I'd like to encourage you to think big if you want to, and to also acknowledge all the ways that you already create change and support change in the world. You don't have to play big to create change, but is there a part of you that wants to do something a little bigger or a lot bigger than what you're already doing? What's your dream? What would you like to bring into the world? Do you see something that needs to change? Is there something that feels like maybe a long shot, but just maybe possible? You don't have to have a passion or a calling that's crystal clear. You can just see something that interests you and do that. And one thing will lead to another. Heck, I got to be an international trainer of therapists by being a glassblower, for goodness sake. Just follow your interests, let one thing lead to another. But when you see an opportunity, and if you think, I could never do that, or what if I fail, or I'm just an imposter, I want you to know there's no success without failure. And every attempt to do something is just an experiment. So run your experiments, gather information about what you love and about what you want, make your mistakes, and keep moving in the direction of what you love. Let people help you. After you fall, you don't have to get up alone. But if you want to make a change, you do have to get up and learn from your life and your mistakes and from other people and the feedback, even when it's super hard. But there's a vast interconnected web all around us, helping and holding and lifting. Find it and use it. Try some things. follow what you love, create the change you want to see in the world. And I know you can do it if it's something you want. You have amazing gifts, and the world needs you to express your gifts. So thank you for listening.
Oh, we are so happy to give you this award. It was pretty much a unanimous, like there was no question with all of us. So yes, continue doing the great work. Everybody else that's on it, I know some of you kind of popped in after I had already made the announcement, but if you want to show yourselves, if you want to say any words, feel free to. You are allowed to have your mic on and your video feed on. And this is our celebration of the wonderful life of Martha and our inspiring award winner. So if any of you want to say anything else, I don't know, Barb, Erica, if you guys wanted to say anything, feel free to.
I want to say thank you so much and all that you have done throughout the years. It's amazing how much you've accomplished, and thank you so much. And congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'll just chime in, Martha. It's so fun to have you as the example, teaching us things when we were in school, and then watching you continue to learn and teach and grow. It really helps with my imposter syndrome of, feeling like I'm supposed to have accomplished things, recognizing that no, it's all about the journey and continuing to learn and grow and not about knowing everything. So I've always appreciated that about you. So thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. And it's lovely to see you. It's nice to see you. Yeah, that imposter syndrome, it's a stopper, isn't it? It'll stop you from doing what you want to do. But the thing is, the only way you can know what your path is, I think, is by following what you desire, moving towards what's interesting to you and what ignites your curiosity and what ignites your passion. That's how I found everything. And then you just start putting things together and something comes out. All of us are expressing everything that we've ever experienced now. And that can only get better and deeper and richer as we get older.
Congratulations, Martha. I'm so glad to connect with you. This is incredibly inspiring. Thank you so much. I'm not really new to WAMFT, but this is my first conference and actually seeing people in the organization. I am looking forward to connecting more in the future. Thank you, Brenda. We enjoyed having you at our cocktail hour that we had yesterday night. So everybody, see you in just a few minutes over on the next channel. Bye.
Bye.